Well, my name is Marc Brickman. I'm an artist, but I'm not. Yeah, I'm an artist in all different varieties. Probably the world is my palette, and also my canvas. So I like using my brain for many different activities. Mostly, I'm known for the shows that I've created over the years, the live entertainment shows, and architectural, I guess, Empire State Building, the last 11. I built a light show when I was, I think, probably 14, 15 years old, and then one thing led to another, and I started renting lights. I started doing shows in Philadelphia, where I'm from. I only attended college for 6 months. They asked me to leave after I didn't attend the gym classes. So, but after that, I just started just working at the Union in Philadelphia. I owned a lighting company by accident that had been in business for 50 years. So I really learned everything by running that business. And my partner was a 63-year-old filmmaker, animator, genius who, I was 19, he was 63, and I really learned a lot. He was the founder of NFL Films, among other things. Then I met Bruce Springsteen. I was with Bruce when nobody really knew who Bruce was. Stayed with Bruce until he was born in the USA. At that point, I started working with Pink Floyd a year before on the original wall. It really just took a long time for me to realize what I was. I kept just thinking it was a way to make a living. But then I really started thinking about what I was doing and the power of light and, just the whole package. And so my interest grew over the years. I now spend most of my time painting and doing other activities because I found the live entertainment business, I don't know, it just stopped being really exciting. Mostly because everyone just keeps copying themselves. There's really no more definition of the art anymore. Just like I find I can really express myself in painting rather than trying to see how many thousands of lights I can have in people's eyes. So, I've been responsible for a lot of innovations in the live entertainment business, dating back into the mid-'80s, just as, automation came into play. But, I was never a businessman. I was really an artist. So I never got to share in, I guess, big business. So I'm still a very happy artist. Having a baby, no. Having my daughter with my wife, I think that was really amazing because my daughter was born when I was 56. So for me to have a daughter at 56, I think is pretty remarkable. She's 14 now. And the rest of the shows, I think, well, the shows of the Empire State Building, all of it was really just always based on my emotion, how I felt, how the people would react to it. I always got in trouble with marketing departments and executives and things like that because their objectives were quite different than mine, and what they deemed I respected what they said, but I didn't always agree with it. So I think that I got to a place where what I really considered art would really affect people because I sat every night in crowds of thousands of people every night for 50 years. You get to know human nature. And so I thought I actually had a better sense of marketing than they did. Again, I'm not like doing sour grapes, but I think it's an important point to at least say somewhere that the audience is really, it's just, you really have to, the kind of art, especially with light, it really is powerful. And it never really seems to be communicated that way, especially in this day and age. Oh no, I loved automated lighting. I mean, I was the second show out with Vari-Light. First one was Genesis. And when they took me to the Genesis show, I didn't want to have Vari-Lights. But then when I saw the Very Lights, I immediately realized what I had to do, and that was that I didn't need a bank of Very Lights flipping around. I needed to actually move one light across the stage focused on one person. And that by doing that, I was going to change the feeling of that person and of the music and what was going on in the moment. And that's really my practice is creating in the moment, you know, creating something that people can relate to. I think I'd like to see, you know, like Philips at Signify, incredible strides in healthcare lighting, like in hospitals and nursing homes and worldwide, not here in America, but in the rest of the world. I always found that to be really impressive. I thought that was one of the most impressive things I've seen in a very long time. Fluorescent lighting and just office lighting, and it, I think is really, you know, it was always done by a book by somebody who made a theory that it had to be this way. And I always went, why does it have to be that way? Because lighting is so important. The thing I saw upstairs earlier today was that daylight skylight. When I first walked in, I went, wow, that's really cool. They got a skylight up here. But then I realized, you know, they started talking about, I think it was Tom was talking about it. And I realized it was a light. It was not real. And you actually fooled me. And so the first question out of my head was, do the shadows move? And he said no. And then I thought, well, I think maybe you guys need to work on that, because if you go to your office every day and you have that, it could drive you crazy. But a brilliant step in really just using lighting to make people feel better.